All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the third and final game of this semifinal match between we got a series, boys. Yeah, this is We Are Rhino versus who are these guys again? Hidden Valley Gaming. 1-1. We just saw a perfect game by We Are Rhino. No deaths, 19 kills. Yeah, this should be so much fun.
Yeah, the tables kind of flipped around that time. Instead of, HVG, the first game had a very strong performance, getting, all their lanes ahead. And then this time it was We Are Rhino coming back with a vengeance and just snowballing that lead that they got right off the bat.
Yeah, I think both games we've seen snowballs from each team. Game number 1, we had HVG winning a fight over by the Dragon, which was a second Infernal Drake, and then just taking control of the match and running it wherever they wanted to go. And then this last game, we saw Violet Sociocat and Guy Fieri put Yuri on behind in the jungle and then just run around and do whatever they felt like doing. You also had a Tarek along with a Kale, so you had double invulnerable ultimates, and those, I think, really changed some fights. So, anyways, we are into the final game for the series. Winner moves on to play Rich is Provoked in the final. So, we're waiting for pick bands to start. I think teams are taking a slight break to catch their breath and get set up for this one. But chat, what have you guys thought so far? Let us know in the comments. 25k damage in 25 minutes. Yeah, it was nuts.
Yeah. That was a goddamn turnaround. That was ridiculous.
Nuts, I say.
Quite nuts. Preposterous.
Preposterous. One champion healed only 9 damage. That would be Panic at the Top Hat on Lux.
What?
Not even 100, just 9, as in 9.
Popped the potion and then was killed immediately?
That must have been it, or backed. I don't friggin' know. But you don't see that stat every day. Least damage healed in a game, 9. Anyways. Well, what are you guys expecting out of this game? Do you think teams are going to change up their drafting strategies? We saw last game that HVG had the opportunity to either ban Sejuani or ban Aatrox, and they opted for the Aatrox ban. And then they also got the opportunity to pick Sejuani and then just let that go.
Yeah, that I think was a very interesting call. I feel like you had to have seen that coming, and with Elliot being such a having so much experience with the Sejuani, I was very, very surprised that they didn't pick that up. Just because it's so beefy, there's so much crowd control, does have decent early pressure as well, as we saw. So I think that'll be one of the biggest changes we'll see, is either I feel like War is going to have to ban it away, but I don't know, just since HV didn't pick it up last game.
Nope.
But I feel like War has to ban that away, otherwise it's not going to get through this time.
Anyways, we have our bans coming in fast and furious. First ban for HVG is Morgana.
HVG banned the Sejuani. They really don't want it.
Yeah, followed by Bard, Aatrox, Vel'Koz, and Sejuani. And then there goes a Tarek ban as well. So 2 of the champions that really turned some of those fights around taken away. But this leaves a few interesting scenarios. That Kale is still available. Corki also available for Violet Sociocat.
Ooh, that one's gonna be big.
And Nunu's available. You could go kill Nunu.
Oh god.
Which is just dumb.
Oh god.
And they have picked Twitch first for HVG for Super Hoagie.
Twitch for Super Hoagie. Interesting.
I don't like that. I'm sorry. I just don't. You don't need to prioritize.
Do you go kill Nunu right here? Just
bam.
I
do.
The kill was so strong. The Nunu just makes it even better. You're going to need CC from somewhere else, but that kill was just too strong. I think you gotta really consider it.
Do it. Oh, misfortune.
No, they opt for the misfortune.
They wimped out.
Yeah, no balls.
Do it.
The misfortune last game went really well, and I mean they could still pick Kale for the second pick.
That's true.
Misfortune definitely strong into the Twitch. Like, I mean, if a misfortune can bully around a Varus, she can definitely bully around the Twitch.
And I mean they might just be trying to not give
Ooh,
away
and the
Maokai
Maokai flex. Well, it's a team fight comp either way.
They might try and pick the Nunu towards the end, because they feel like Urion's not gonna pick the Nunu, and they're gonna probably hope that it just doesn't get banned. But this is an interesting draft. I would have really considered that Kale Nunu. But anyways, we're waiting on the next pick for HVG.
Well, and I feel like War with this next pick have to pick one of those mid laners, otherwise, you know that that's going to be what they're banning with those that HVG is going to ban with those last two.
We're gonna see a Braum pick by Duck Milky Way.
Strong pick into misfortune.
No, yes, definitely, and it also synergizes quite well with the Twitch, with Twitch wanting to build Runins. If Braum gets his passive off on anyone, then that Spray and Pray is gonna definitely help out, and the Kayn gonna come back for Ruyan. They know it went well the first game, and they're just gonna bank on it going well again this game.
Yeah, I see no problem with the Kayn pick. Maokai, if he shows up too far, could get ganked in behind, like they did top lane last game, because that's probably a Maokai top, not a Maokai jungle. Although it could be a Maokai jungle, but I just don't see that being as good as Maokai top. As we wait our third pick for We Are a Rhino. What are they going to do? It is at 0 seconds. They got to pick now.
Clocks.
Alistar.
Okay.
Interesting. Saving the jungle and saving the mid. Well, if I'm HVG, the first thing I do is I ban Corki. And then I ban Kale.
Yeah.
Just none of that.
Basically. And if they ban the Kale, then they don't necessarily have to ban the Nunu. It's like Nunu's strong, but like Nunu Kale is just disgusting.
Too strong.
That.
Yeah, anyways.
And I'm just wondering if
they put the ban in the wrong spot. Nice.
Yeah. So we see Brand taking away. What's up?
I'm wondering if Wara is trying to switch things up. Because, I mean, I would think you would want to try and pick a similar comp to what worked. Because they just didn't. HVG didn't have an answer for War at all. So, I don't know if they're trying to just change things up to, keep them on their toes. But I would have just gone with the same thing over again.
Yeah, as we see, Brand banned, Kale has now been banned, and then there goes Vigar.
I think that's the exact same bans for War as they had last game.
Yeah, I think those are the same bans. Trying to force, what's his bucket on?
No, the Corki comes through.
Interesting
Makes
choices
it through
right
bans.
there.
Incoming Wild Sociocat picks that, so they don't give away the Maokai flex.
But then he could just pick Galio. Like, I don't think the Scion was an issue.
No, not at all.
So I would have let that go through. I really think that's a Maokai
Corki.
top. Yeah, and that's a Corki mid.
Corki.
Like, why?
You let that through. I don't know.
What We Are a Rhino has been super successful with is tank top lane, tank jungle, tank support, and then some kind of mobile mid laner, and then whatever you want at ADC, really.
Can I call that the TSF comp? Because that's literally all we ran season 2.
And it's just so effective, though. And so
it is.
It's a bit surprising that they're letting them have the Corki.
They're doing the same top jungle combo that won them game 1, and the Kayn isn't gonna have a lot of pressure bot lane, but if he starts Raptors or Red again, then just goes to try to level 3 gank top. I mean, if Juice Me Daddy doesn't if he wards for it, okay, but if he doesn't, then that can work out again very well, and maybe Ruyan can snowball like he did game 1.
Ari, yeah, I was expecting Ari. I was about to say, does Panic at the top hat go Ari instead of Lux? Something that can absolutely just destroy something. Also very mobile, which will work a little bit better into a Corki, I think.
Yeah, it fits Panic at the Top Hat's play style, wanting to be aggressive. So, I definitely like that, because with a Kayn, if you get a gank mid and Ahri's able to land a charm, that Corki's gonna die.
Ornn, let's go. Let's go, boys.
Ornn in the top lane. That is a Maokai jungle.
Ornn.
I was kind of wondering if they were going to think about the Nunu here as well, because Nunu Corki also would work.
True. Oh, yeah.
But instead, they're opting for Ornn.
Triple tank 2 carry.
Yep. Triple tank 2 carry, pretty standard right there. As we are ready to go for game number 3.
It's all on the line here.
Yep. This one
Can
for all the marbles.
Can I actually petition to call the triple tank 2 carry comp the TSF comp? Because I'm pretty sure we literally only ran that in the summer.
No.
Wow.
Shut down.
Wow.
Ugh.
Again. We got first running that comp in all 18 games, so or 16.
Hey,
so
did you win?
Did we get first in the regular season?
That's not what I'm talking about.
We won the regular season.
Uh-huh.
We did win.
Did you win the championship?
We won all but 3 games.
The championship?
We won the regular season championship. I'm not wrong here. I'm not salty at all.
No,
we lost
no salt
to
at
CSS.
all.
What do you mean? No salt whatsoever.
Yeah.
Hold on, just because I'm curious, I'm like actually checking because I'm pretty sure we literally ran this comp in 16 games.
I don't know.
Pulling up stats. Hey, I am. Okay. TSF. Let's see. Okay. I have a correction. We ran the comp in 15 out of 16 games. The very
so your
first
petition is disregarded.
The very first game of the split, we ran the Kled.
Yep. Nope.
And from then on, it was Garfield Juice ran tanks.
Nope. Denied.
We have a 13-2 record on that comp.
Still denied.
Oh my god. I'm tilted. I am presently tilted.
Mm-hmm. Would you say you are provoked?
I'm always provoked, dude.
Anyways, this final game gonna be to decide who plays Rich is Provoked in the final. So let's take a look at some matchups here. We have a Shen versus Ornn in the top lane. Ornn, I know, has been changed around a lot with the removal of the Unstoppable. So what does that do into a Shen now?
I'm honestly not sure how this matchup's gonna go, because I know Shen in the last time they played it went a lot of damage, but I don't think that's gonna be as effective versus an Ornn. I don't know. I think just it's going to come down once again to, jungle pressure, who can get off a successful gank, and then that might help snowball that champion.
Yeah.
But if you're looking at like effectiveness, like you can think of Shen can go across the map, has TP, has the ultimate. There was a Galio last time which has the ult and teleport, so I guess the Ornn isn't going to have as much cross-map pressure as the Galio would to help, counteract the Shen, but we'll see how that goes.
He could hit a ram from across the map. That'd be pretty funny.
Possible. Most
Possible.
certainly possible.
Alright, which brings us to our next thing. We have Kayn versus Maokai in the jungle. This seems like a matchup where the Kayn probably has an advantage with ganking. Maokai does have the grasp to just kind of hold somebody still for a little bit. But but Kane I think has the burst damage that you really need to help with the gank. So I don't know. What do you guys think about those two?
I mean, I definitely think Kane's gonna have the advantage. If Aurion's able to do anything like what happened in the first game, you're looking at, easily snowballing ahead of the Maokai.
And if he
But,
does,
yeah.
if he does visit bot and get off a successful gank, puts Fudgy Ditters behind and puts Super Hoagie ahead, that lane's done. Not necessarily. I don't know if Hoagie will just put a ton of pressure and snowball that necessarily, but Fudgy just won't be able to do much. And if he burns flashes, Fudge Misfortune and a mobile AD carry, even if she does have the strut to just get out of the way a little bit faster, but if this top or bot lane burns some summoners, they're very vulnerable to repeated ganks. And yeah, if Orion can get himself going on this Kane, HVG can run away with this. If these ganks don't really work out, then War can just get to team fights and just win them basically.
All right.
Yeah,
So...
and Braum gonna be looking to try and disrupt all of that, because Braum could block the Ornn ult, can block the MF ult, but I mean, one of the things...
Can it block both? Unless, if they use both at once, then yes.
Correct.
If they
but
spread
you
them
have
out.
to layer, exactly, you have to layer it correctly. Because that was something... Was that in our game versus you guys, Rich? I think it might have been where you guys had Ornn and an MF, and it was just...
What?
You guys had the Braum, and we had the MF.
We had Braum, and you
all
had
layered really well.
Did you play MF that same game?
Maybe.
I don't remember.
Anyways,
whatever.
If you layer it correctly, Braum shield can only block one.
Yes, that's the whole point.
Anyways, we have some differences with summoner spells. We have Corki running heal and Ari running ignite, and then in the bot lane, Alistar has opted for an ignite instead of an exhaust.
That one's rather surprising for me.
Spicy.
Yeah.
I feel like in that case, if you're running ignite, then you're looking to play very aggressive. You're looking to be the aggressor in that lane. And I mean, with the Misfortune early, I would totally agree. You can try and poke out that Twitch pretty heavily, and if you manage to get a Misfortune Q onto Twitch and Alistar engage, it's probably a dead Twitch. So with ignite, that's extra early pressure.
All right. Well, what do you think the win conditions are for HVG in this game?
Actually, I kind of laid them out when I was talking about the Kane earlier, but HVG, get Orion rolling on the Kane. If that fails, stall out as best as you can and wait for Super Hoagie to just melt people in team fights. And if you're War, the literal exact opposite.
Yeah.
Useful analysis from coming
there
from
you
OP.
go. All right, chat. Let us know what you guys think. Hashtag HVG win or hashtag War win. We have hashtag HVG win because Caleb is bad. Fascinating.
If we're gonna go predictions, I'm going to stand by my prediction in my little article and say War wins this game because that'll be a 2-1.
2-1.
And I'm gonna go opposite and say HVG win.
As much as I want HVG to win this game because we match up better against them than against War, I think War wins it.
All right. Well,
there's no bias here.
No bias at all.
No bias in the casting itself, just within the caster.
Anyways, we have...
I mean, that's the way to go. As long as the casting is unbiased, it doesn't matter how biased the caster is.
I mean, as much as in this game, as much as for HVG's win condition, as much as I think Kane and Shen could be a huge deal, Panic at the top hat.
Oh yeah.
If he's able to get ahead on that Ari, can do some nasty work. So, and making roams, if you can get Ari pushing up the lane, get those roams going, get bot lane, keep Twitch relevant throughout the early and mid game. so that way, you know, obviously outscales an MF, but you can keep him, you know, even with the MF early. I think that's going to be a great win condition for HVG.
All right, one more quick thing. Everybody report Sal for no skin.
Boo.
Only person without a skin in this game. Boo.
Team 5 skin versus Team 4 skin. Drop in the chat hashtag Team 5 skin win, hashtag Team 4 skin win.
What is this? Season 2.
Wrecked.
Yes.
Correct. In which case, we have only 3 stopwatches in this game. 1 for Corky, 1 for Twitch, 1 for Braum. As there's no
Emotes.
spicy invades.
Not this one.
Yeah, just some words.
Yeah.
Didn't quite work out last game for HVG.
No, that
It
was
just kind of ran around and then didn't get anything.
yeah.
It was great to watch.
Forced a quick back by Aki, who took a lot of damage in that, and it was interesting because I think Duck Milky Way went like around the red buff the wrong direction because the rest of the team went one way, and then only he went the other way. So they kind of muffed that invade. As it looks like both junglers are going to start bot side again. Guy Fieri on his blue buff, Yurion on his red. As we wait for minions to spawn. How much longer? I don't know. I don't care.
Yeah, pretty standard. I mean, not going to be a whole lot going on until, you know, we see probably a jungler gank.
No. You know, they could have pulled that little strat with the Maokai leaving a bunch of little saplings in the bush, and Maokai could have gone straight to his red. I don't know if you've seen that before,
Mm-hmm.
but that would have been fun.
High level plays.
High level plays, because we're so high level. Looks like Orin has opted for a pot.
Ooh.
Corrupting pot. Interesting. Wait, I thought you were going to bed, Rich.
What? No. I wasn't going to. It wasn't going to bed. It was because I had an Overwatch League match scheduled for basically now. But I talked to my captain. He was like, "Yeah, you're not really needed."
Besides,
So I'm
Overwatch
here.
sucks. No one likes Overwatch.
Damn. Except for
Oh, hey, look,
the
pause.
people in the paused game.
Well,
Two pauses.
This is why I say I don't like Overwatch. I've played like 2 hours of Overwatch competitively, and I got placed in gold. I don't understand how.
The ranks are kind of like shifted higher compared to like League. For example, Panda, your average bronzy is in gold in Overwatch.
I'm just
What?
saying. Like I don't get it. Like Sebastian was ranked lower than me. It was funny.
A world in which Panda is better than Sebastian at a game. What is that?
What is life? Why you stink, Sebastian? Why does Barcelona suck?
Whew.
I'm not really sure what that pause was. We didn't see anything in the all chat, so
Nope.
pause because it's PMA LCS. Probably
I
legit.
guess.
Super Hoagie's
yes.
taking a lot of early damage from Fudgy Ditters. And he's going to miss that CS too. That's unfortunate.
Sebastian says, hey, I'm gold.
Now you're gold.
Oh, the charm landing onto Valtos. You got all the electrocute damage.
Nice damage.
Nice. Good trading for Panic.
Only problem here is the Ahri does run very easily.
This is true.
I think Sebastian, it's Man most valuable club in the world. As in Man United. Because Barca
My
sucks.
God. Jesus Christ, what is happening? This is LCS, not football.
We're
or
talking
whatever
about
it's
real
called.
sports.
What are those? Who needs those? Ooh, Valtos got Valkyrie out, but the Charm Flash does not land. Flash away from Valtos, got some Summoner spells traded. That's all that's gonna come out of that one.
Early gank by Yurion coming around the backside of Violet Sozucat. Unfortunately, wasn't able to
coming
get any
in, and
damage.
they're gonna land the concussive blows passive onto Zorpox, and that's all that's gonna happen there. I got a little too excited.
Oh, hey. Somebody is now following us.
Ooh.
Thank you. I couldn't read the name.
Also, at what point am I changing the picture for the follower from that hello and my whatever face is even happening?
Yeah,
No.
I was about to say something about that picture. That was a little interesting. But anyways, thanks
I don't
for...
even remember why I changed it. I was... I don't know.
Thanks for
I
following
enjoy it
the
every
channel.
time.
We play some Clown Fiesta games here.
We haven't had a Clown Fiesta this series, actually. We've had two... No, we've just had two dominant games.
Yeah, no, okay, this series.
This series, we've had no Clown Fiestas. This season... Yeah, there's been some Clown Fiestas. Cough,
Yeah,
Speedy Ramus, cough.
I might have been involved in most of them. And as we see another game by Urion.
G5. Oh, the meaty
Ooh, there's
flash
the
from
flash.
There's the slow coming in from the W, but it's always going to come out of that game. A very preemptive flash, but that's still a summoner spell burned. Urion will be happy with that.
I mean, I think it was a good flash overall, because if Ruyan could have got there, that would have been a dead misfortune.
As Guy Fury.
Oh, the flash coming in, and Panic at the top, and just trying to trade back the heal coming in, and first blood coming in for Guy Fieri. Nicely ganked by him.
Yeah, knowing the flash was burned and Ari had no mana at the time, pushed up a little bit too far.
Plus
Also,
Corky.
Panic kind of just knew he had to go for that kill because he was just super dead.
Yeah, and Violet
Did not
Sister
work.
Cat felt comfortable enough because she had the heals, so...
Not quite wet noodles going on top lane. Oh, Aki taking super low, taking so much minion damage, gets knocked up the solo kill again for Juice Me Daddy. Aki, you just taking too many shots from those minions.
That was insanely aggressive there from
Yeah.
Akiyu.
What are you doing, boy? Boy!
Let's see, in the last 10 years, Manchester United's won 2 European Cups.
Oh my god, why are we still going on about this?
Hey, chat wants to know. 2 European Cups. In 4 finals. No, 5 finals. There you go, Sebastian. Bars is how many? 2? It's either 2 or 3. I don't remember exact number. I think it's 2. 2009, 2000.
Ooh, Charm gonna miss. Guy Fury in here for the counter gank. The Spirit Rush just gonna take Panic away.
Duck Milky Way is
kind
roam
of.
mid.
Yeah, basically. Oh, Ruyan finding Guy Fieri. Smite coming in, some electrocute damage, but actually Ruyan is okay. Gonna go through the wall, and there's some collapse flash forward onto Violent Sociocat. Charm still hasn't hit, and Gust of Blows at 2 stacks, and Violent Sociocat will get away though.
Yeah, it's unfortunate that Charm missed there on
Yeah.
Violet Sociocat because
So
they could have probably picked her.
Also, some summoners burned by Duck Milky Way, not getting anything out. That's very unfortunate for him, makes him vulnerable to a gank now. Is roaming back bot lane, gets pinged out. This is an aggressive route for him, actually. Now is he just gonna go up to mid? Oh no, he's gonna send this push.
As they opt not to chase down.
Yeah, it did give Hoagie quite a bit of experience advantage though. Hoagie's already level 6, but by himself takes a lot of damage from the MF double up.
Corky's out of mana yet again, which means Panic at the top hat is able to think about a roaming. Nope, decides not to. As we watch Guy Fieri take his red buff.
Okay, oh, Orange just clearing out a Blast Cone. Very nice little smart move by Caleb. Prevent any gank shenanigans from coming down. And Talon coming forward, and oh my god, that's a nice chunk of damage actually. Aki having that Tiamat now will do some damage. Prevent this lane from being a wet noodle fight. Panda.
Hey. Not my fault, it's a wet noodle.
It's not! Boy! Oh my god. Well, Hoagie going into stealth, but they're not going to quite catch up. And actually, Hoagie going to take the worst end of that trade by a huge margin.
I'm honestly surprised they didn't try and turn that there. I mean, maybe they saw a Ruyan coming down that lane, but they used the
They might have been able to use bullet time
wall
to pop
already.
Super Hoagie.
Yeah, so after that wall went down, Brahm's wall went down, he could have just turned with the ult.
It would have been close, but you would have at least burned a heal from Super Hoagie. As Urion and Gakagiri found each other.
Yeah, the Spirit Rush coming in, the Charm gonna land, and there's a bunch of CC, and there's the kill. Super Hoagie gonna be...
Hoagie picking it up too.
That's a good one, actually. Zorbox forced to just flash away preemptively. The Winter's Bite still gonna tag him, but that's gonna be the end of that fight. But that's picked back, and now HVG looking at this Cloud Dragon.
Yeah,
not an Infernal or Mountain, or Dragon's a Dragon.
It will help though with just roaming overall as a whole. So
yeah. Oh my god, that shed damage! Damn, son.
Yeah, you guys were about a second ahead, so chat saw it all a little bit behind. Anyways, we sped back up. We're caught up now. Juice Me Daddy, kind of coming out a little bit behind of that trade with Aki, but overall, they're still pretty close. Got to about a 7 CS lead. But Violet Sociocat has a 96 to 74 CS lead over Panic at the top hat. Quite the lead right there.
Yeah, a couple roams from Panic at the top hat, and things not working out, getting that dying in the mid lane.
Yeah.
I mean, Violet Sociocat's just gonna sit there and farm up as much as she can. To try and get that advantage and get ahead, get that Triforce on Corki, because as we've seen in the past, the damage that Corki can put out once they get Triforce is insane.
Yeah. As Corki now
finding two pink wards.
Yeah, 2 pink wards. Found a phage. Has a phage. Has a shield.
Found the phage.
Just
found
in the
river. Found the 26 CS lead. Found some more minions under tower. Found missing one. Found not missing those two. We're just gonna say Violet Sociocat found everything now.
Sounds good to me.
Anyways, we see bot lane has roamed mid. Interesting.
Oh.
Interesting.
The interest. And now the orange starting to win some trades, but also because Akio isn't really hitting back at all.
Yeah, Aki.
Yeah, large minion wave there. Realized from earlier, don't dive into minions.
Don't dive. Yup. Rule number 1 of getting better at this game: don't trade. Don't trade when there's a ton of minions. Take aggro.
Duck Milky Way is sitting in this.
Duck looking for it, but with how Panic pushes. Oh, the charm coming in, not gonna hit the nice Valkyrie away a bit too early. The flash glacial for sure, not gonna hit. Okay then. Just impatience from Panic. Could have just Spirit Rushed in, tried to force out the Valkyrie, and then saved the charm. Just launching it as the first thing allowed Violet Sociocat to just easily Valkyrie away, and the gank didn't work.
Looks like Urion sitting around mid lane too, as well as Guy Fieri. We might see some more shenanigans in this mid lane.
Rule number 1 of League of Legends: don't chase Singed. Rule number 2: don't trade into giant minion waves. Rule number 3: save your skill shots.
You sure it was don't chase Singed? I thought it was always chase Singed.
Well, this is coming from the same person who trashes on Barcelona, so I wouldn't trust anything he says.
Barca sucks. As we see a gank bot lane, we're gonna get a lane gank out of Urion.
Oh.
Sitting in this bush with Super Hoagie.
Yep. Oh, goes into stealth. They saw him pop into stealth, so they know this is happening. And the combo coming in, just landing on the Super Hoagie. The damage being blocked though, and yeah, he is ignited. There's a summoner spell. Okay then.
Well, I guess that worked out in their favor.
Yeah.
That did not.
Oh. That wasn't even off a dead minion. If that was off a dead minion, he would have died.
And Fudgy Ditter's already completing a Dust Blade. That's huge. Corki now has Triforce as well.
Yeah, they're hitting their power spikes. Although, I mean, the Corki Misfortune, they do both fall off late games. So, I mean, HVG, at this point, they haven't really won the early game. They haven't snowballed. So now at this point, you just kind of like stall out a little bit, maybe find some picks. But if you just stall out at this point, you do win because you have a Twitch. As long as the Twitch positions correctly.
That was
Top three to win.
interesting.
The switcherino. Switcherino, swapperoo, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, definitely the scaling of Twitch is going to be a factor late game, if they can get to the late game. We saw War just dominate early, and then never allowed HVG to stall out the game. So it'll be interesting to see if they.
I mean,
can
this
pull
time
that
no perfect games. Oh, the spray break coming out and not gonna quite land the concussive blows. That oh, okay. But the charm landing on Violet Sosacat, that's a nice little trade for Panic. And some ults burned, but not really much coming. Oh, the Spirit Rush still has some dashes. Forces out Valkyrie. Rubion is hanging around as well. That will force it back from Violet Sosacat, and that will give some pressure to this mid lane, allow Panic at the top hat to get some of this CS lead.
opted not to back.
Oh, wait. Oh, no, she didn't. Oh, now she is. Okay. There's question mark things coming down. I guess that canceled back was accidental. Oh my god, Akiud is taking some damage here.
Oh, here comes the Ram.
Oh, and the Ram coming out. And it misses. Oh, okay. Okay. Oh, but
Akiud's overstaying once again.
Charges in, flashes away. No. Oh, wait. Juice Me Daddy had the flash. Is that interesting? Okay. Oh, it's tagged.
Unfortunately, Panic at the top.
Panic has the flash. Panic is gonna flash it. Charm should be coming up in just a second. Ignite coming down. This should be killed. There we go. Panic with a nice little play onto him. Sosacat though, the Stand United coming down. Super Oki roaming up. And this is gonna be, the package coming in. Some suicide, but Violet Sosacat lives. Exhaust and heal coming out onto her. Super Oki trying to just fight off Guy Fieri right now as Violet Sosacat takes down Ruyon on the backside. Aki getting shredded as well. 2 kills coming in, and Super Oki super low. One more auto, and burns the stopwatch. He's dead though. Yeah, he's dead. And just a bad fight for Invalid. Double kill for Violet Sosacat. It looked like a suicide package at first, and then it wasn't.
It would have if they had Panic at the top hat. With Panic at the top hat, opted to stay topside, and they were missing so much damage right there. They have that Orb of Deception in that fight, then it's a whole different story.
Yeah. I mean, Panic at the top pack, yes, able to get the pick, but is it worth it when you're fighting a 4-on-4 and lose the 4-on-4?
Yeah.
And then lose another Cloud Drake?
Oh, they got the first Cloud Drake, so this will be the first Drake they lose.
Or lose a Cloud Drake?
Ooh, Elliot might have thought about going for that.
Yeah, I mean, Cloud Dragon not exactly worth it. I mean, he also can get in with his Q and smite it and then shadow step out. So relatively safe. Smite steal attempt could come in, but as it is, does not. And now 5k gold lead for War at 17 minutes.
I think one of the reasons Violet Sosacat didn't die to Urion, when Urion ulted in with the cane.
Flash and heal. Say that.
Yeah. Heal.
Flash
I did
and
not
flash.
see that. Fun stuff that.
It just, you can see there's so much of a damage difference when, because you can see Urion went for a more tanky build, I guess you could say. Got a Kindle Gem second, and is not going, any sort of lethality items or anything like that. So you could definitely tell when like he wasn't able to just burst down that low Corki there, even through the heal, when you would normally see that.
You see a little bit more trading top lane.
Yeah, and Juice Me Daddy is getting the better of these, so yeah.
Yeah. Aki rushing the Titanic Hydra first, so no real defensive items yet, as Juice Me Daddy has built a Sunfire Cape first. Holy, that damage.
Oh my, Hoagie getting shredded, but Rion backside trying to go on the Fudgy Ditters. But Violet Sosacat just got Valkyrie, and the bullet time gets Duck Milky Way with the last tick of Rion getting tagged with the ram, but does not kill him. Violet Sosacat will be the one taking down Panic at the top hat. Another 2 kills, not looking good at all for HVG right now.
Violet Sosacat right now is just popping off, just like last game. Already 4-0-3. Completed Triforce, probably gonna have some kind of static shiv or even a rapid fire cannon, something like that.
God,
this is
brutal. Yeah.
This is just starting to become out of control. It looks like they're gonna go for the Rift Herald as a 5-man group, meaning HVG probably can't contest this.
Yeah, they're just gonna have to let that go. They just need to get to their lanes, farm up a little bit.
And oh my goodness, this is already a 9k gold lead for
Oh my
War.
God.
Like, I don't even know how stuck it is.
Aki finding Fudgy Ditters and go take him down with the last auto. This could be the fight that
They're all
HVG
stuck in
needs.
the pit here.
Nature's grasp coming out. Guy Fury gonna get stunned up eventually. Charm into concussive blows. That will be a second pick. And War paying dearly for that Rift Herald, giving a couple kills back. I mean, it's still a
about
Rift
a
Herald.
I'm almost shocked that they're not just going on Baron right. Oh, never mind.
Duck Milky Way is gonna die.
This is not what you want. But the stopwatch, and Hoagie's here too. Well, she gets
But Juice Me
saved.
Daddy
the
is
exhaust
here.
coming out. The concussive blow. Juice Me Daddy is here on the backside. Stangy coming in. One more auto comes in, and Super Hoagie will die for it. And that's, oh my God. We're approaching Clown Fiesta now, boys.
Yes, indeed.
It's approaching. Not quite yet, but it's approaching.
He's also not Rast yet. That's so much frontline.
Oh God,
Yeah.
yeah.
Frontline
Just
OP.
casually tanking some tower shots. Casually tanking some tower?
As that whole sequence started out with Fudgy Ditters getting caught in getting solo killed by the Akiyud, actually. So, but all in all, I think you got to be okay with that. If you're HVG, you got to feel a few more kills. You got another kill onto the Twitch, which is only going to help, as there are pings to go topside. Interesting choices. No, it looks like we are Rhino are gonna play
in the bot lane right now.
Oh wait, no, they're just gonna decide to Baron.
Oh my God, it's an alley Baron call.
Yeah.
And they are burning it down pretty fast.
Yeah, they are. Oh boy. I mean, HVG, no. But yeah, Rurion's coming around the backside.
Rurion.
Package coming through. And Rurion's just gonna die, so it doesn't even matter. Baron will go over to We Are Rhino, and on the backside, Duck Milky Way trying to do something. The ram coming out. The charm does not prevent from stopping up the spray and praise. If Super Hoagie can't even use it. You did use it, but wasn't able to get the autos off, just one, and there's some AoE coming in for both sides, but Akyu getting melted, and this is, again, a horrible fight for HVG. Panic at the top hat, the only one alive, 4 for none. No one from War went down. They're just too tanky. They're going to spawn the Rift Herald. They might be looking to end this right now, just take their spot in the finals.
It's going to be close. They have Baron minions.
And, okay, Orion's back up. There's the respawns coming in. They're going to get the inhib.
But they're going to get this inhib.
I mean, there is a Rift Herald there, though, too, so...
Yeah, they're just backing
But yeah,
off.
they're going to play it safe.
I mean, a Baron and an inhib.
A dragon.
Go top now. They're just snowballing out of control. Not a perfect game, but snowballing out of control.
Now already 11k gold up. Just so much things going on in their favor in this early to mid game. They're going to get this top turret. Another Cloud Drake has spawned, but looks like they're just going to reset right now and spend all of this gold that they're sitting on. Each player has over 1,000 gold.
Yeah,
Wow,
I mean, there's a, what, 12k gold lead right now for War. You know, just over
23 minutes. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Fudgy Ditters has an Infinity Edge and a Stack Shiv.
And it's like, it's on a team that
And a
has
Dustblade.
the insanely strong mid game with Corky and MF.
Yeah, Corky
Plus,
already.
they've just got tanks that are only going to get stronger.
Corky right now having a kill participation of 12 out of 14. So everything that War is doing, Corki is pretty much involved in.
You know what? Okay.
Duck Milky Way is trying to run away from them.
What was that pulverize? Okay. Okay. I got nothing. Okay, I predicted War to win this. I said I didn't want to face them because I wanted to face HVG in finals, but looks like we're facing War in finals.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty hard to see HVG turning this one around at this point in time. So many things are just spiraling out. They're losing too many objectives. They've lost 2 dragons, a Baron, a Rift Herald, and now most of the towers, whereas War has yet to lose a tower. So much gold right now being lost in this. Here comes
the double combo coming in, and the Ramon gonna come off across Ruyan, and the Tall coming in just onto the tanks though. Fudgy Ditters with the huge bullet time, taking down Hoagie, actually Zorpox, and the Ruyan on the backside gets melted as well. 2 picks, another inhib. Baron's still up for War. This could be We Are Rhino in finals.
Yeah, it's at this point, you know, Panic at the Top Hat's not able to do enough damage. Hoagie's not able to do enough damage. You know, you've got a beefy Kane, but not enough damage.
Yeah, Aki gonna just get absolutely decimated eventually. There we go, Fudgy Ditter's finally unstoppable. And the Duck Milky Way forced to flash away. One Nexus turret going down, the next soon to follow. We Are Rhino will secure their spot in finals, facing Riches Provoked, knocking HVG down to 3rd place. What a series and a well-deserved win for them.
Yeah, so your final matchup now is going to be We Are Rhino versus Rich is Provoked.
I don't know how I feel about this.
Going to be an interesting finals matchup.
It's gonna be a good finals.
All right, let's look at some stats here real quick. Get the stream over to that. Yeah. All right.
I'm saying, has someone put the MVP poll in yet?
No, we have not. Are we still doing the old method, or are we doing the new method?
Old method.
Old method. Awesome. Somebody else can get on that.
I think there was a lot of backlash in that.
Yeah, there was.
Supposed new method.
Anyways, let's look at. We have a perfect game coming out of Zorpox, going 1-0 and 13. So he was involved of 14 of 18 kills. Fudgy Ditters also involved in 14 of 18 kills with 7-1-7 scoreline. Violet Sociocat 6-1 and 9. 15 out of 18 kills. Just so many of them. We're just so involved with a lot of the things that they were doing well. Ended up
Guy
with
Fieri feeding in the jungle with 2 deaths.
Yep. Report the feeder. Over for HVG. We have some scorelines that they definitely would wish they could change. Duck Milky Way going 0-5 and 3. Unfortunately, just not tanky enough. Looking at some damage numbers here, we have
Panic at the Top had most damage in the game again. He was basically the last 2 games. He was basically trying to 1v9.
Yeah, and again, him being top lane while that fight happened bot lane, I think is what really swung this game, because as you can see here, he is the majority of the damage for his team, and so when 4 of his team members die in the bot lane, that might have been game, set, and match. Looking at We Are Rhino, they have consistent damage from 3 members. Juice Me Daddy. Is it Juice Me Daddy?
Unfortunately it is.
Juice Me Daddy doing 12k damage, almost 13k. Violet Sociocat, 14k damage. And then Fudgy Ditters leading his team with 16k damage on Misfortune. Just kind of so many players right there. Which one do you pick that's doing damage? So part of the reason why.
Yeah, this MVP is so hard to give because it really just was a team effort from We Are Rhino. I mean, you look at that second game, perfect game, but such even kill distribution. It's so hard to pick an MVP.
Yeah. So
for me, I'd almost go with I would almost want to say Guy Fieri in this, just because that like in their first win, with game 2 on that Sejuani, just put in so much work, was always there, got so far ahead of the Warwick in the jungle, both in farm and in just kill participation. And then in this game, as we saw, wasn't a whole lot of pressure, but was able to get a nice gank off mid early, get Violet Sociocat ahead, and was, from there on, Violet Sociocat had, a CS lead, just had overall more pressure, was able to get the items and do a ton of damage as well.
Yeah, I think for me, I'm thinking I'm gonna have to go with Violet Sociocat. The amount of damage that she's able to deal out in the early games in both of this game and the previous game pretty much tilted the game in her team's favor. Getting that early Triforce in this game, and also being at one point, I think it was in laning phase, about 30 CS up on Panic at the Top Hat was just huge. So those advantages and the way she played those, just key. Also, that's the 2v1 with Panic in the top hat and Guy Fieri and Violet Sociocat in the mid lane, where she got the first kill of the game. I think also one of the reasons why I'm going to vote for Violet Sociocat.
Yeah, very well played game from her in this series.
Anyways,
sigh, GSP Daddy.
Yeah. Chat, get your votes in. We will leave it open for a little bit more so you can all get your votes in. Again, HVG, well done throughout the whole season. You guys were the second place team in the regular season and then a semifinalists, where you had a very good game number 1, game 2, and game 3. Unfortunately, not your times, but at the same time, you guys still played very well throughout the year. So congratulations to you for a well-played season. And you still have a third-place match to play against Boosted Gorilla Monkeys.
This is true.
So, you're not done yet. You can still regroup and claim third place. So not all is lost. Make Greg suffer more.
Yeah, and I mean, if you look at this season, the two front runners from almost from the start was HVG went undefeated for the longest time, and BGM looked like huge. Those two looked like huge contenders for number 1. And I mean, now they're in the third place matches. And I mean, War and Rip have both looked good throughout the season. But yeah, great season. It just shows you that it's not always going to be that team that you think is going to be number 1, or even if the one it was number 1 throughout the whole season.
This
you
is
got to come back in here.
This is the second year in a row that the finals has been number 3 versus number 4, and so all 3 years, number 4 seed has made finals.
Yeah, I was about to say season number 1.
This year and last year, the 3 seed against them. Season 1 was a 2 seed against them. So it's never the finals. It's never the favorites in finals. Straight up never.
Rip was number 5. Yeah, well, it's number 5.
Oh wait, no, hold up. Number 5 seed.
It's 3 and 5.
Oops.
So.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyways,
y'all know what I mean.
Our poll results are in. It is
Violet
Sociocat for your player of the game's MVP. Whatchamacallit, Violet Sociocat. Someone thought War wasn't going to be number 1. What? Yeah, whatever.
You're not there yet.
Anyways, we're going to hop up and go to our player of a game interviews right now. So, yeah, should be good.
Yeet.
Hello? Anybody
I think
home?
we're missing people.
No Panic
Hello.
at the Top Hat? Hey, what's up? Well, we'll start with the interview with you. Unfortunately, that did not go your way, but it looked so promising at the beginning. Can you walk us through the pick band's strategy for Game 2 and Game 3?
So for Game 2, we were okay to give up the Sejuani. We thought we were okay to play against that. Warwick is actually indeed a counter to Sejuani. Kale also is countered by Lux. We thought that we could make ample picks to win that game in our pick ban. Just unfortunately, a lot of like the execution just was downright terrible. There was no point in the mid lane during game 2 where I wasn't shoved to my turret. I think the farthest I'd ever been was mid, like the middle of the lane. That was very short-lived. And so I think that one of the things that we did wrong was in the jungle, we did not utilize the early game potential quick. We did not punish Ali for being as far up and just power farming on top of me the entire game. Meanwhile, the mid and bot lane were just losing. And we knew that was a game that if they got behind, they wouldn't have enough damage from all the tanks. Like if the Kayle wasn't doing damage, we'd be okay. But we knew that if we got behind, it would be bad. And we got behind, and it was bad.
Yeah. Well, do you guys have any other questions for Panic at the Top Hat?
No, I mean it was a really, you played great in all those games. You had basically had the most damage in like all 3 games, so it was really well played there. But you guys did really well during the season. You have one more match for the third place. You have the third place match, so good luck in that one.
Yeah. So, for that third place match, is there going to be a rethink at all of how you guys are approaching games, or is it you guys just be like, well, let's just have fun, see what happens? Is that going to be the mentality?
I'm hoping that for our following games, it's going to be a lot less pressure, because I think that is part of what killed us game 3, specifically where I would go in mid lane and Sal would be trying to gank, and I would, ult in, throw my E, Ali would W away, and I'd be like, all right, cool, we're done. And then Sal would like flash ult, and I'm like, and Sal was getting so frustrated that he wasn't getting picks, but a lot of them were just so forced coming from him, and I think that was part of nerves. Was that, and unfortunately, committing so hard to the mid lane let Hoagie get behind. Corki already is a really easy champ to power farm with, and yeah, I think that's kind of really what did us in there, was just overcommitment and nothing coming through that then just put us behind. And it was small stuff, like I was already behind in farm, went to blue buff at level 9, couldn't solo it, lost more farm. Like it was just a lot of very little things that just turned into big things. So I'm hoping that for this last game, for game 3, that it's just going to be a lot less pressure, and that my bot lane can chill out.
All right. Well, best of luck to you in that third place game. So,
thank you. Congratulations, Ali.
Yes, good series, man. Good series.
Yeah, it was good. Well, the game 3 and 1. No, game 3 really was a good game. The other 2 were just bad.
Two
not
stops
bad,
and then a good.
Just clean. They were just very well.
I'm assuming y'all are aware game 2 was a perfect game.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
yeah. So, Ali, well played. Talk us through the idea of picking Kayle in game number 2.
I've actually been playing a lot of Kayle recently, and she's surprisingly difficult to deal with, especially if she has a lot of pressure into these really control mages, because the person can't poke me out because I have far too much sustain, and if they try to poke me out, they're just going to wind up getting pushed in super easily. So there's this constant issue for these control mages that they just can't really do much into Kayle, especially when they don't have hard crowd control that's immediate. So I actually really like the lane matchup, and I think that he countered himself for the most part.
Yeah, because I mean, with that Lux, as we could see, if even the E would land or whatnot, you just sustained through it, and if you know they threw out a Q and it missed, you just went straight forward on him. So it was a really well played game from you on that Kale. But so after that first game, which was a pretty crushing defeat, what was, because you guys stuck with similar comps, just a few minor changes here or there. What was the your thoughts behind that, or how did you kind of move on from that first game?
I mean, I felt like it was pretty obvious why we lost the first game. And it's the same concept as winning games 2 or games 3. Little things that go wrong that aren't a big deal, but then because they went wrong, the next little mistake gets punished. And then you just find yourself on the back foot endlessly. And Elliot just had a great game on that Kane. And we just played too aggressively for how late game of a composition we had. So we just needed to recognize our mistakes and shore up, and we did.
Rich, you got any
overall,
questions?
yeah.
Chat?
I don't really have much.
Chat questions and 3 Infernal Drakes spawn in a row. Yeah, I think that didn't help at all.
Oh man, I was crying so much. The second Infernal Drake, I saw it and I was like, fuck my life, dude. Like, can I get anything else but Infernals? The third one hit and I was like, if they get this, we basically automatically lose.
Yeah.
Sad day.
All right, well, I got a question. Looking forward to your next match, the finals match. You've been here before. You've won a finals match before, but you're playing into Ethan Bukake Poro, who was your teammate in that finals.
Middle laner battle we're gonna see a 2-time champion after
One
the
of you.
split is done. Hell yeah.
But you got any early insights from that, or?
I mean, if we're talking about Ethan specifically,
No,
or
just
the matchup. Oh, okay.
both. Anything.
I mean, I think everyone can go look and see how the games against Rip already happened. And yeah, I'm pretty confident. That's all I'll say about that.
If you look at how the regular season games happened with us versus BGM, and then looked at the playoff series,
I'm not.
I don't know how much you want to bank on regular season.
Are we shit talking each other, or are we doing a player of the game interview? Because it seems a lot about you right now.
You started shit talking me, girl.
No, I was shit talking you by talking about a series with a response to me. I think you're confused. About
Oh my god.
Okay.
God damn it.
Anyways, we are looking forward to that match. I know I am. It should be pretty good. Lots of storylines and stuff here.
So many storylines.
Juice Me
Guy
Mommy
Fieri
versus
throws
Juice
some
Me
shade in
Daddy.
chat.
Yeah, Guy Fieri. Our ADC doesn't.
What is this shade?
We aren't BGM, boy.
But as far as Bukake Poro specifically goes, no, I'm not particularly intimidated with that matchup.
Ooh.
Should be a good one. I'm looking forward to it. Well, congratulations on making the finals and going for your second championship.
Congratulations on losing the finals, you mean?
Oh, shush you. Anyways, I think that's going to be all for tonight. Our next thing that I know that we have on the docket is going to be our All-Stars games that are finally scheduled. Let's see. That was... Where did I hide
Season 2 on this Friday and Season 3 on Saturday. Finals I don't know when third place is happening, but finals isn't this week.
You actually got that backwards. It's Season 3 All-Stars Friday, February 16th
Oh,
at 9 p.m. Eastern.
We rechanged things around, so Season 2 is back on Friday.
Oh, well. Thanks, Slack, for being so useful.
Scheduled it on Facebook.
Yeah. Why would you Slack? So, yeah,
We do use
Friday
Slack mostly.
and Saturday, 9 p.m. Eastern, it sounds like. We're going to be back, and then we'll have our championship weekend as well, whenever we get around to that. We also have a third place game, so we still have a bunch of stuff coming up. So, give us a follow on the Twitch. You could even subscribe to find out what's going on. You could follow our Facebook page that we have. It's a public Facebook page to get updates, Except for we haven't used that in ages, so I don't even know. Anyways, I'm Fleeing Panda. I hope you enjoyed it. With me was
OP.
and
Jirachi.
saying good night, and we'll see you all later.